while we are loading the presentation, Honorable Minister Shri Ahmed Devarkovil ji, sir, Honorable Minister Shri Anthony Raju ji, respected Secretary Shri Srinivas, Chairman of Kerala Maritime Board Shri Pillai, Shri Srijit, Dr. Abdullah, Shri Radhakrishnan, Chairman of Cochin Shipping Yard, delegates, friends, and people who genuinely love Kerala. Do pardon my little, if I do miss it, but I'm just coming back excited from a wonderful occasion on the 15th of October at the shores of Viringam, on the beautiful city of Tiruvananthapuram, on the shores of God's own country at Kerala. So therefore, Ella Varakam Ennadi Namaskaram. The first thing that comes to you when you are born in India and you're aware of this ancient land and the peninsula, which stands at a very unique position between the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, and the blue waters, the azure blue waters of the Indian Ocean, the first thing that strikes to you about this beautiful land and the more beautiful people, a representative of whom you see on the dais over here and over here, is the confluence of an ancient maritime history and the harbinger of the future. What is this ancient maritime history? One that has attracted from the world people to come to the shores of Kerala, not merely the spices, but the spice that is within the people of Kerala. They're very beautiful, very passionate. Waves of migration have lent that trade and commerce define the way the world moves. If you look at globalization today, you will realize that India's contribution through the Arabian Sea and the traders in carrying the scientific community of zero and the world arithmetic changes. But Kerala is not mere arithmetic and geometry. Kerala is about passion of the people. A small representation of the 15th I saw, and when people ask, have you been to a difficult state? Honorable Minister Sri Anthony Raju was mentioning about strikes. No. When we undertook this project in 2015, we made a promise on behalf of the chairman of Adani Group, Sri Gautam Adani, to the people of Kerala, represented then by Honorable late Chief Minister Sri Oman Chandy, and carrying the tradition today with the wonderful leadership of Honorable Sri Pinnarai Vijayan ji, we made a promise we'll complete this in 1,000 days. That was a learning for us. Cyclone Oki did not break our backbone. Super floods once in a century in 2018 did not break our backbone. A floods of 2019 gave us a greater resolve. COVID made us believe that along with the love and outpouring of affection of the people of Kerala, and Honorable Minister Sri Ahmed Devarkovil, sir, the project is personally indebted to you. I was told when we were on 15th, the Honorable Minister is a minister later, but a CEO of the project first. The kind of monitoring he does, every week, whether we fail to be at the project site, he's at the project site, every single micromanagement that a CEO would do, and I think I should learn a few lessons from you, sir, as to how the project has to be managed. Sir, thank you so much and many congratulations to you. So when we began this project, and I'll show you a glimpse of that, it is a harbinger of the future of India, not merely Kerala. Please understand, the world after globalization has significantly changed to do trade and commerce through what is called containerized cargoes. Never for a moment believe that this 500 long coastline of the Malabar and the opportunities this provides and the globalization that comes, which means world trade is no longer in dhows, which we carry the culture, but also in large modern vessels, which carry containerized cargo. Nearly 20 million that India did, and I'm very humbled and privileged to state that about 6.64 of that came to Mundra only, which means a third of the containers that come to the country come to this EXIM gateway of Mundra. So we made a resolve. We will not just make a Mundra, we will recreate a land of opportunity, because here is a harbinger of a modern maritime tradition that will establish when we put up a transshipment port. And why is it important? Nearly 40% of India's transshipment cargo, unfortunately, does not come, it evades the Indian shores, as a result of which the flight of money, the flight of forex, and the flight of opportunities goes to various adjacencies in the Indian Ocean, starting from Port Klang to Singapore to Colombo to Jebel Ali, etc., etc. If the world is improving, can we not bring the world to Kerala? So it is my proud privilege to announce, as you see the project called the Birmingham International Seaport, which is not merely a port. It is going to be, as I said, a curtain raiser for everything that will be modern, aspiring in the Indian shores. Can we go to the second, please? And as I take you through this, and I won't make it a narrative to begin on that, I wish to tell you as to what this project is all about. So we started construction in 2015, and I have personally been in the port sector when I was doing a deputation in the major port in Paradeep, to have visited Cochin, to have visited Thiruvananthapuram, to have gone to the beautiful places and realize as to what Kerala is awaiting, and through Kerala's aspiration, what India is awaiting for these long years. It took us more than 20 years to realize and to seed this dream. Eventually, when the dream was seeded and it took shape, and I told you the various difficulties that we encountered, but never a moment of doubt. Please proceed. If you can see now, and you will realize as to why I say this is so very important from the geographical convergence of opportunities. Deep down at Thiruvananthapuram, 10 nautical miles from the international shipping lanes that go from the Far East into Middle East and then there forward to Europe, is the busiest shipping line of the world. Because on one side, we have the Southeast Asia and China driving trade along the Indian shores, but not visible. And Indian trade and cargo, which is produced, and the fact that we're going to be a manufacturing hub, and India's moment has arrived in the world. If we have to seize this moment, we cannot do it without the presence of Vizhinjam Seaport. And to the state of Kerala, our salutations and thanks for giving us this opportunity, sir, to be there. It's not incidental that India's largest port operator, the Adani Ports and SEZ, have been carefully chosen through competitive bidding through a fair, transparent process to be the chosen partner for developing Kerala's port. And here, please proceed. Here, when you look at it, at Vizhinjam, you see, closer to the western shores of Sri Lanka is Colombo, and the fact that Colombo is a magnet to drive India's cargoes over there, not coming to Thiruvananthapuram, was the necessity for this project. Therefore, this project has been adequately seeded. Please proceed. And what do we wish to do with this project? We are not looking, and can you proceed, please? Please concentrate on the presentation kindly. When we are looking, you would know that at this place of Thiruvananthapuram is one of the deepest sea locations. We have a natural draft of more than 18 to 20 meters, which beckon the best and the deepest vessels of the world. The deepest vessels today are such which are called either mainline or mother vessels, which carry a glimpse of which we saw in Mundra at 399 meters. Can you believe what it is? It's about more than 3 football fields. And for a football crazy state like Kerala, Vijayan being one footballer that I used to adore during my school days, and if you can imagine, you would require the Messis and Ronaldos to kick from one side of the ship to the other side, more than 3 football fields, and carrying how much? More than 22,000 containers. Such ships don't come easily to India unless they're attracted by the potential and the ability to do these cargoes. This is what Vizhinjam Port is going to do in a short future. And what is the future going to be? An ideal place, deep draft, on the coastline, adequate employment opportunities. And you will be, sir, very delighted to know when we have sent out that we wish to man and have people coming, the excitement is palpable in Jebel Ali and Dubai. People wish to come back to work, and every time we have sent an employment notice, the excitement, and they say that is my port. So the convergence of my port and our port is so beautiful that we will be having close to more than 5,500 employment opportunities directly and even more indirectly as the port commissions. On 15th, when we got the largest cranes of the world, which are fit to do moves, more than 30 moves an hour, and that's what we wish to do, an efficient modern port. Without that, we cannot survive. And that's exactly what we are doing in Mundra and in our various terminals. So such kind of cranes. And it is also going to be India's first semi-automated port. So you will agree with me, the House will agree with me, that the wait for this port has been long, but well deserved. I will seek your patience for not more than another 6 or 8 months when we commission this port and the first vessel carrying multiple containers, which are basically boxes of hope, boxes of trade that will come to the shores of this beautiful port. Please go ahead. Besides that, when I saw the location, you will understand the opportunity for bunkering in India. That means vessels going from Far East to Middle East and thereafter. They do not take bunker in Indian shores. They take bunker in Colombo, outside India's territorial waters. This port will give us the opportunity to place ourselves not just for ports visiting us in our port, but for international shipping-led ports, we will start bunkering. And during COVID, when we had relaxations, the amount of crew changing for international crews that we were doing in the port of Willingham was an predecessor of what is actually going to come. Please go ahead. Yeah, just come back. So you can see, last slide please. You can see over here as to what it is going to mean when the various distances from the ports and how we will be able to attract the cargoes. Not just from west of India, from Mundra, from Hazira, from JNP port in Mumbai, in this beautiful city that we are, from Dighi, from Colombo, from Karikal, from Katupalli, and also our initiative on the BIMSTEC region, where we will take feeder services and come to our ports in eastern India, such as Dhamra, Gangavaram, and then further carry. So what is Willingham all about? It's an aggregator port. An aggregator not just of containers, an aggregator of opportunities. Here will be a confluence. Already on 15th, we had multiple shipping lines, trade lines, EXIM operators, respective governments from the Middle East. The excitement it has created of the first vessel, many people were naysayers. Would you actually get a first vessel? And when we did, the entire tide of, it has entirely changed in favor of the port. Now, no longer are people asking, when is the first vessel? People are asking, when is the first mother going to come? You waited along for the mother vessel. It's just 6 or 8 months away when she comes to the shores. And at that point of time, do not be shy of putting your hands together for the beautiful team of Kerala who are making this possible. Please go ahead. This is some details. You would also be very happy to note this port has certain unique features. It has the longest and the deepest breakwater in India, close to 4 kilometers. It is as if you are taming the sea, and it is not easy to tame the sea. Such people who attempt to tame the sea and nature must be born in Kerala with a Kerala spirit in there. Enough spices that you must eat, you must have that spirit with you. So we will tame the Arabian Sea, which we have. As I speak to you, more than close to 2,500 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers, which 2,500 meters of the breakwater is adequately completed. When it finishes of more than 4 kilometers, and as Honorable Minister said, with more than 800 meters of quay length, and we are not going to be satisfied with that. Already the world's shipping lines, and we have many of them. We have a terminal in Mundra, which is with MSC. There is excitement of the world's biggest shipping lines, MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Lines, the world's largest shipping line, followed by CMA, followed by Maersk. All of them have sought to come here carrying their mainline vessels. And when it does happen, as I told you, they will be within the sheltered waters of this 4 kilometer. There are many other important things, but please remember, as the first semi-automated terminal, you will be proud to know such a terminal will be unique in the world and there are very few. We don't wish to make it an entirely automated till we have captured the entire essence of it. But as a semi-automated terminal, you will have, because today you are talking of technology, you're talking of digitalization, you're talking of many things together. This will be an apex representation of everything being together. So when you say semi-automated, you will have ability to run the cranes with a joystick at a remote location with absolute precision. Such precision that perhaps require Chandrayaan to go to the moon, such precision that requires the beautiful, launching sites we have in Kerala itself. Please go ahead. This is a picture of the phase 1, and we are nearly over here at 2,500 meters. And when we go to 4 kilometers, look at phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. It should embolden and hearten you that we are not going to stop in phase 1. We have already started processing for all the regulatory frameworks to go to the phase 4, and this is how the beautiful yard will look in the future. It will be an absolute land of opportunities in this port. Please go ahead. So I would not get you details. Those of you who are keen, we can just pass it on to you. Please go ahead kindly. This is exactly what Zhenzhou 15 looked like when she called on the 15th of October and was received very proudly by Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala in the presence of Sri Karanadani ji. So I thank each one of them. The dimensions of the ship, what she was carrying, and very soon the second, third, fourth shipments are already been planned. The second shipment should be coming very soon, followed in quick succession by the others, please. Please go ahead. The construction progress, I have already spoken adequately, will not bore you with that. Other speakers will certainly speak on that. But also, it has tested our dredging might, and we are very happy to say that we not only will dredge this, we'll also dredge the adjoining fishing harbors and a fishing harbor at Mutlapodi, which we are constantly dredging, so that when we do come in, we believe that we just don't come to do commerce. We want to go into God's country with a growth of goodness story. Please go ahead. Please go ahead kindly. This is, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together where the Honorable CM is receiving the first vessel in presence of our Honorable Minister. You can see both our Honorable Ministers. And if you don't see excitement in the face, I can see the same excitement once again, sir. This is how it is. You can see all of them, Mr. Srinivas, Dr. Abdullah, all of them are present over there. And this is actually a picture. If anybody has any doubt in this room hereafter about Vijayam, please put it behind. There can be no doubting Thomases over here. The only St. Thomas which visited the shores of Kerala was long back. There can be no doubting Thomases when we speak of that. Please go ahead, kindly. This is how exactly she looked, and we birthed her. I wanted to give a glimpse of this particular vessel. Please go ahead. And this, what a beautiful sight. I call this an emerald in the Arabian Sea. And this is a photograph taken, and it's truly an emerald. The azure blue waters, the vessels inside, the key length which has come, and the entire breakwater, the seas outside that, and the multiple fishermen community over there who have strongly supported us at every juncture. And it will be inadequate for me to express my sincere gratitude to them as I do to the government of Kerala and its many officers and the honorable ministers, including Honorable Chief Minister. I should be incomplete if I don't put my gratitude to the people of Thiruvananthapuram and the people of Vizhinjam, especially the fishermen who have ably supported us at every particular step. My salutations to each one of them. Please go ahead. These are again small features. If you look at that little breakwater in the sea, you can understand what it means to construct at 20 meters with marine dumping and end-on dumping. You must have a heart which is very strong, you must have legs which are very strong, or you could be from Kerala to construct this project. The choice is yours. Please go ahead. This is how we have got. One of the things that we experienced difficulty was sourcing of what we called is boulders and stones and many things that go into making. What looks is very beautiful, but when you look at what goes into making, it is the hard toil and sweat, and it would not be possible besides the support for a great team that we have. Many of our team members are here. Gentlemen, ladies, it would be inadequate if you don't thank them For the last 7 years, relentlessly every day we have been pursuing. We will make this dream come true, and we have converted this dream, not just, as I keep on saying, a dream of opportunities for the entire nation. Please go ahead. These are some of the beautiful things, the data centers, the POC buildings which have come up. All of them have been inaugurated on the weekly meetings by Honorable Minister Shri Ahmed Devar Kovilji. Please go ahead. Each one of them bears his stamp, definitely. Please go ahead kindly. You can see the gates which are entirely automated. So you'll have an automated, when I say semi-automated terminal, none of them exist in India today. Sitting with a joystick at one control center with just a SCADA center, you will be controlling gates, cranes, vessel, land, everything. If this is not convergence, what further is? Please go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. These are all snippets of the building. So I just wanted to prove that many people say, what is Vizhinjam? Has it actually come? Or is it a dream? Or is it a pipe dream? Neither of it. It's actually physically on ground today. Please go ahead. This is the phase where the support from the central government in terms of, besides the VGF, in constructing roads, and soon enough, we will be having a rail. One of the most challenging rail connectivities, though it is only 12 kilometers, nearly 9 of them will come through a tunnel. So when we say the Vizhinjam project, it is the WISL, the Adani Vizhinjam project, the Government of India through NHAI, the Indian Railways, and many together which make this project a reality. Please go ahead. Please go ahead kindly. Please go ahead. So these are again snippets. I don't wish to. Please quickly go ahead kindly. Yeah. Come back to the last one. You can see the Honorable CM's quote over here. The Vizhinjam project is a testament to the fact that nothing is impossible. If everyone comes together, this port is a rarity. The potential it offers is beyond our comprehension. I will say not beyond our comprehension, but certainly within our imagination. I always say well within our effort zone and well within our commanding zone. And in addition, I'd like to sum up by saying, when Karan Adani ji said that in being to the first exclusive transshipment port, Vizhinjam will make history as the first semi-automated container terminal. It will be a global bunkering hub, a clean, green fuel like hydrogen, ammonia. We are keen to commence phase 2, and he finally signed off saying this would not have been possible but for the outpouring of support, love, affection. It is as if we have made a heart in Kerala's spirit, and Kerala has given us an opportunity to go to their hearts as we welcome them. Thank you. Salutation to each of you very much. Pardon my, what should I say? Nanne namaskaram. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, and for getting all of us excited for what's coming up next. I think we're going to now be eagerly waiting for the new port. Thank you. And to take the next presentation ahead on the investment opportunities, I invite to the podium Shri K.S. Srinivas to talk about the port and other maritime-related development in Kerala, tourism, inland transport, the Kochi Water Metro.